Am I excited? This seems to be producing time. I just had a producer on, and now I've got another one on. John Ward, the famous John Ward of Las Vegas. Oh, I love that because he starts to laugh. You're a laugh guy. You like to laugh, don't you?
I do.
You because you're a happy guy.
I'm a very happy guy.
That's good. Well, you're in the right business to be happy anyway, with all the movie stars and
all
the actors and actresses. And you said you're an Indigo producer.
It's like independent horror films.
Independent horror films. I now know what it is.
Yeah.
And what made you go into horror films? Because I know that they used to be popular, went out a little bit. Now they're right back again.
I think they're an art. It's an art form.
Definitely, it's an art. Definitely art. Because it's not normal. We're not normal everyday life.
Correct. Yeah. It's their basically since I saw Jaws when I was a kid. This is what I wanted to do.
Really?
And so, I've just always...
And then you wouldn't call Jaws a horror movie, actually, would you? Well, probably when you were young, you probably thought it was.
Oh, it was scary when I was young.
It was very scary,
yeah.
Because you thought it was in real life.
It terrified me for a long time, yeah.
So you never went to the water, you never went swimming,
I'm
you never went
paranoid.
to the beach.
Yeah, I'm still paranoid, yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, even in the shower, I'm paranoid.
Especially in Florida, where they've got these catalysts.
Those things are scary. Because you can see what's coming right up at you.
But you have no time to move away from these, what do you call them? Gladiators or whatever they are?
Like there's like the glass bottom boats?
Yes.
Yes.
And you see these animals coming up here and everything else. I mean, you can make a horror movie just on that.
Oh, yeah. When I used to go to Tahoe with my family, they have, the lakes are so fresh and clear, you can see straight to the bottom.
Down, yeah.
And I would always be terrified because of all the movies I watched. That something would just come up and just hit right through the boat.
So now, when you make them, and you try to make them into real life, obviously, you get scared making them, or you just fantasize, or...
It's more of a fantasy.
Fantasy.
Some of the people I've worked with on it say that what we do scares them, but it doesn't scare me.
Do you have a lot of blood going around and all that stuff?
I try. Oh yeah.
I was just joking. Actually, I was just throwing that out there. I mean, trying to think of I don't know if I've ever really seen a horror movie except when you talked about Jaws. That's about as far as I got with a horror movie.
Oh, well, then you got to check out things like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween and Black Christmas and Friday the 13th and The Exorcist and I mean these are all classics.
He's really dishing it out.
Oh yeah, and those are the more mainstream ones
my producer Steve is like going,
Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was the young girl, wasn't it?
Linda Blair.
Yeah, Linda Blair played that part.
Yes.
That was Did you like that movie?
Oh, I love the first one. Yeah. Yeah, thought it was great.
I love the first one. I don't think I even saw it. I don't think I ever got to see that. I was too far.
It's a film that still terrifies people these days.
No, but people like to be scared. It's like they like to go on these roller coasters and all these different things, and when they drop down fast, I just can't do that. I just don't have the stomach for it. So now, what have you got going on?
Right now we have AXEMAS, which is a slasher movie that takes place during...
That's with an axe?
Yes. So it's like Christmas, like the AXEMAS, but with axe in there.
Okay.
And it's about a killer Santa Claus that's inside a storage facility.
So you're doing this for Christmas, for the coming out Christmas time?
That's been made, and it's making its rounds. And now we have AXEMAS 2.
Oh.
Is coming out, which is the...
So when you say, just for our audience to understand, when you say making its rounds, it's been distributed?
It has been.
It has been distributed, so it's already out there. You've done all the openings and everything else, and it was perceived, obviously, very well.
People seem to like it. It was the first short that I made. It's about 30 minutes, which was the perfect time for it. People really seem to like it, and so a year later we made a sequel.
So
and now that's coming out.
This was your first one you did? The first film you did?
Mm-hmm. My first directing, yeah.
Your first directing film?
Yes.
Now, what did you do before that? Were you an actor, or what? You were in the...
Mostly behind the camera, mostly crew work.
So you like being behind the scenes?
I do.
You prefer that way.
I like doing little cameos, like somebody sitting at the bar, something like that, or at a table.
Oh, I love those things.
Yeah.
I love those
So as the
things.
camera goes by, you can say, oh, look, there I am. But
Yes.
dialogue and all that, no, I'm not a big fan
You're
of.
not a big fan of
No,
all that
no.
stuff.
Otherwise, behind the camera, yeah.
Otherwise, behind the camera. Now, what made you go into the business apart from Jaws when you went into the business? Because being a producer or getting, you've got to get funds, you've got to get money, you've got to get, it's not just making a movie.
Right.
So how did you sort of cope with all that? It's hard.
Well, between Jaws, the original Star Wars, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, that's what turned to me. I originally wanted to be a police officer when I was a kid. I wanted to follow in my grandfather's footsteps.
Okay.
And then I saw these movies and said, this is what I wanted to do. I completely fell in love with film and then just became a fanatic and would watch everything.
So you've obviously been through the hard times.
That's a yes and no, yeah.
Yeah, because in this business, there's a lot of hard times. There's times you get picked up and there's times you don't get picked up. Picked up means that you get the financing in. Is it hard getting financing in for your movies? Doesn't sound like it.
Not really these days. It's my story is I think is a little. It's interesting because I did a lot of work in LA as crew, as like a production assistant, a grip, gaffer, things like that.
So you know the whole layout of what goes on.
I try. Yeah, I try to do different things, and then I kind of just went away from it because I wasn't getting work.
You weren't getting work and you weren't getting where you wanted to be.
Yeah, nothing was happening. Of course, this is really before the internet and social media and all that.
Yeah.
And then I worked on one film. I worked on 2 movies, and I saw that you could make a film with 5 people. And it was just 5 people behind the camera, 5 people in front of the camera.
You're so right.
And
Absolutely
I said,
right.
yeah, this is it. And especially with digital
I can
technology.
Do that. I can do that.
And social media and crowdfunding.
Yeah.
You could do it.
Yes. And
unlike
you did.
the old days. And that's how we did it.
And that's how you started. You talk about we. Who's the we? Who's the other person?
Basically just a lot of the people that I work out
That you work with
out here in Vegas.
So all the people. And you're like, how's it going for you in Vegas? It seems like pretty good, huh?
I work on a lot of people's films as crew.
Yes.
Like if they need a person to do lighting, I go do that.
So you
if
know
they
all
need
this
somebody
stuff,
to do
so he can go
sound.
get all these different jobs and everything.
Yeah, so so I met all these different people, and through all these different people, I said, let's make a movie. And we made AXEMAS, and then AXEMAS got picked up and was put on an anthology called Frames of Fear 2.
What went through your mind? What went through you when it was picked up and it was like the thrill that someone really likes what I've done, and it must have been such a thrilling part of your life.
Oh, it was. And I held it I held that DVD in my hand and took the selfie and put it all over Facebook saying, look, it's my movie. It's finally done. It's here.
It's done. It's here. It's been picked
Yeah.
up. I mean, that's got to be absolutely amazing when they say people are going to come and pick your movie up and with all the hard work. And you're going on if they pick it up.
Right.
I mean, you can't, unless you've got somebody already out that's going to pick, when your work is known. But when your work isn't known, it's hard.
I had somebody, his name is Brad Twigg, and he took a chance on AXEMAS. I had not done anything at all. He liked the script and said, if you could make this, I'll put it on this anthology DVD called Frames of Fear 2.
Awesome.
He liked it, and since then it's just been
rolling.
Yeah.
See, it's getting that break, and you got the break. Somebody like what it's great when someone likes what you do. On that, I want to thank you, John, for coming on. Absolutely amazing. I love his story, starting from the beginning and then going out and then coming back in again and now doing your love.
Yeah.
How can they reach you?
I'm on Facebook, just John Ward. You can also look up AXEMAS Trilogy on Facebook. And there's a lot of information on there too.
Fabulous. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate it too. So we both appreciate it. That's amazing. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.